Hello and welcome to the Late Night Podcast. My name is Aiden Edwards and I'm going to be your host for today. And we have a special guest here. And these are my band directors. We got Mr. Howell and Mr. Parsons. How y'all been?
Doing great. Thanks for having us
Doing
on.
good. Yeah, Aiden, thank you.
Yes, of course. The main topic of this episode is basically we're going to interview them I'm going to interview them and of how they got in the band, how they became a teacher, and some stories, some fun stories if they have any, anything like that. All right, let's start with the first question. How did y'all first get into music? We'll start with Mr. Parsons.
Sure. Start with the old guy. My brother was in band, and it looked like he had a lot of fun, and so I was like, sure, I'll do that. And that's really what it was, and all my friends were doing it, and so I decided to do it in the sixth grade as well. And it was a lot of fun, so I just kept on doing it. I grew up in Arlington, which is near Dallas, so I went to school all through there, and then I went to TCU, and all the band things that I got to do were really cool. Like we went to the state marching contest. When I got to college, we got to go to a bunch of bowl games like the Rose Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl. So it was a good time, and we also got to perform at Carnegie Hall and perform at the Super Bowl. And when you're doing stuff like that, it's just like, wow, okay, I think I'll just stick around here. So,
yeah. How about you, Mr. Howell?
Yeah, ditto Mr. Parsons. I'm the oldest of me and my brother, so it was mostly like I see my friends that wanted to try out for it, and so I got into it that way. I'm from Houston, but specifically like Northwest, so like Cypress area. But yeah, most of my friends were doing it, and I just like picked it up pretty quickly, and I just kind of enjoyed it. So I kind of stuck with it all the way through high school and then into college. And same thing with Mr. Parsons. Like we traveled quite a bit. We went to, oh goodness, almost dropped a bowl there. We went to the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. We also traveled to like LA for different like recording sessions and stuff like TMEA as well. So all these like things over just like one decision is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I get that. I think that's interesting, very interesting. But so let me think. So what actually inspired y'all to be like a band character? What like pushed y'all to teach kids about band and just like hang out with them, basically?
Yeah, I mean, again, it was just like all my teachers looked like they were having so much fun doing it. And the more I got into like learning about being a band director and just seeing how cool a job you could have, you could be a teacher, but you didn't have to deal with all of the craziness of being a teacher because the kids that are in your classroom choose to be there. You're not teaching a subject that they have to do, and you kind of create your curriculum. So we get to pick the music that we play every year. So it's always going to be different. Sometimes, we play some staples like Land of a Thousand Dances, because they're just fun, like every band kid in the world knows that song. But you get to do a lot of really cool things, and you get to have a lot of really cool experiences with your students. Things that transcend just being in a classroom. And all my life, I've always wanted to see what I could do to have a big impact on people and to make their lives better and, motivate them to just be better people. And through music, we get to do that. We get to teach you persistence. We get to teach you integrity. We get to teach you hard work, teamwork, being reliable, because all of those things go hand in hand with, being a really good musician and showing up for your team. And so, learning about that, it's like, wow, I get to continue to play music, continue to have all these great band experiences, but then I also get to pay it forward to other kids who get to experience that too. And that's been really, really thrilling.
Yeah. How about you, Mr. Howell?
He talked a lot. Could you repeat the question again?
I am giving thorough answers there, Mr. Howell.
Hey man, I'm doing my best.
So what inspired you to become a band teacher?
Okay. Well, I didn't have the most traditional route about getting to where I'm at, strictly because when I went to the University of Houston, at first I was a pre-med major, So it was like the specific degree was biomedical science, which is like crazy now that I think about it, because I was like one of like 25 people to be accepted into this, and it was like the first year that this degree plan was a thing. And I went through all those classes for about one semester, and I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't like the people that I was with. I didn't like the content as much as I used to in high school. The only thing I actually look forward to, at least my freshman year, because it's a new environment going from high school where you're with your parents and you're with your friends all the time, to a university where you might not know everybody and you might not understand like what's happening and all these other responsibilities you have to do. The only thing I actually really look forward to was marching band. And marching band happened 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I just enjoyed playing my instrument and being around people that were in band. And so at the end of my first semester at college, I auditioned into the School of Music, and I got in. And I kind of just that kind of spiraled into music education, and I got into teaching lessons, and I was at first picking it up for like, oh, I just need money, but now it's like, oh, I actually really enjoy this, and the time flies, and it's not bothersome or choresome at all. So yeah, I switched from biomedical science to music education, and I just never looked back. Ditto what Mr. Parsons said. We can do whatever we want in our classrooms within means, and every year is different. Every week can be different if you really feel like it. But yeah, it's a great gig to have. It's I lost my train of thought when I went there. But yeah, it's really fun. It really is. One of the best jobs to ever have, especially coming out of college, where you have a bunch of great kids that are willing to learn, and that just want to be good, that want to sound good and do a lot of things. And even in the pandemic, we're still able to do a lot of things that most schools aren't able to do just yet, like concerts and solo contests and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, but except that those are really thorough answers, which I didn't think that would be. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. It's very interesting.
It was Concert F and confirmed.
Yes. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Concert F inspired me to be the educator that I am today.
Concert F every day. We're playing that every day.
Just touches my heart.
For those people
my chilly black heart.
For those people who don't play band, Concert F is a note that we play every day, and I mean every day. I mean every day. I mean every day.
I mean, we should probably explain why Concert F.
I think we should, enlighten your audience with one.
I think they have to explain it, because I'm not really sure. I don't.
Why do we do Concert F every day?
Yeah,
Mr. I'll let you take this. Like, here's a Concert F.
Oh, it was a little low.
So there you go.
So, yeah, how come we play Concert F every day, Mr. Hall?
So, the way that I was taught is, Concert F it's a good tuning note for most instruments, and it helps Mr. Parsons. You.
All I did was not.
I can't even see you. I can't see you.
Oh my goodness.
But basically, it's a good tuning note for all the instruments, whether it's like it helps you, like whether the instrument's like perfectly in tune or it's slightly off, sharp or flat, but it helps balance the ensemble. Now there's different schools of thought as far as like what you should tune to, but at least in like the Texas band world, Concert F's just the easiest one. Some people tune to like an A or a B flat, which like for woodwinds, like those are their tuning notes. But at least in like a band sense, with all these different instruments happening at once, and they're middle schoolers, it's just way easier if it's just concert out.
Yeah. All right. At least I know why. Every day. All right. Let's move on to our fact of the night, and then we have a long quote. I'm not gonna say it's a quote. It's a long quote. But all right. Let's do a fact of the night. So this fact is the unicorn is a national animal of Scotland, which I'm not surprised, but surprised at the same time, because it's not even for some people they may think it's a real animal, but for me, in my opinion, I don't know. I don't really think it is, but the unicorn. Yeah.
I've never been to Scotland, so I'm sure they have all these unicorns hidden somewhere up there.
Who knows? I've never been there either.
We have some band parents that are from the UK.
Oh.
Both Liams, literally both Liams.
Oh, really? Huh.
Liam Henderson, his mom, I think, is from Wales, and Liam Fitzpatrick is from, I don't know where he's from, but his mom is from somewhere in the UK.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It is. All right, let's do quote of the night now, because I know it's going to be a long quote. Anyway, okay, so it's going to be a long one, so just hold on. Just hang up for a second. So this is a quote from the movie Rocky Balboa. This is like himself, Rocky Balboa. All right. Let me tell me something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. If you know your worth, and go and hit your worth, but you've got to be willing to take the hits. I think that quote, for me, it's not as emotional as me right now, because I don't want to put emotion, but if you watch it on YouTube, go look up on YouTube and hear him say it. It's really more inspiring, and the way he puts his words, like, it pushes you forward and to know how life can be mean, can be tough, but you just got to push forward, and always push forward. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie?
Yes, I have, actually. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good movie. I liked it a lot.
I need to catch up on the Creeds, but they just keep on popping out these sequels. There's like 5 Rockies, right, Mr. Al?
Oh, I've never watched a single Rocky, actually.
Oh my goodness,
no.
Rocky
I know.
I think
film staple.
I know.
Running up and down the steps in Philadelphia. Just
well, I understand that it's iconic. I just, never watched it.
So.
Okay. Let's. All right. So, this is a question that Mr. Howell kind of like half answered like earlier. It's okay.
It's like the last 2 questions.
He like half answered it earlier. I was like, oh no, it's fine. But so how has COVID affected y'all in y'all's band, and how have y'all found ways around it?
Let me tell you. I'm just gonna reiterate it again. I think I speak for both Mr. Parsons and I when I say that we're both very fortunate to have the kids that we have and to be in the school that we're in, because we could be, I'm not going to name a district because I don't know who's going to be listening to this, but we could be shut down right now, having no band whatsoever, and it's all online, which sucks. We have basically 90 to 95% of our program still in person, and we're able to operate still at the same level, if not close to that level, like we did last year. At least from my experience being, just the second year teacher. But as far as like things that we've had to, move around in order to, work with the protocols and the precautions that were given to us and that we've kind of set forth between ourselves is, we separate the chairs, obviously, and we try and let one person play and then the next person that's next to them not play. So it's like every other person's play.
Mhm.
And then, for me personally, like flute class for a majority part of last semester was outside, because there's nothing that it goes into. It's just air that just kind of hits a tone hole and makes a sound, and then the rest of the air that doesn't go through the tone hole is just out and about in the environment. So having them outside kind of helps the risk of not spreading it. That's mainly the first few things that I think about as far as like what we've done this year for sure.
Yeah.
And then obviously bell covers and puppy pads and stuff like that, and then wiping down all the chairs and stands all the time,
every day.
Every day.
I'm surprised y'all are able to wipe all those down in 5 minutes before everyone comes in. But it's possible. It's just hard.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. To be honest, I don't really have anything else to ask y'all. But yeah, this is it. Thank y'all again for being here with this episode, and thank you for watching. And this is the Late Night Podcast. I'll see you later.